Greetings everyone, CCX here. Welcome back to more Grandia. In the last episode, we exited Cafu and entered the Zil Desert. We didn't really do anything since there was no really significant plot for the game. For the desert, so it doesn't really matter. So now we're going to head to Zil Padon. These are now going to be uploaded on the weekdays since Jak and Daxter 2 is over and done with. So let's continue on with plot and let's actually finish this game, shall we? Yeah, we're going to go to the end of the game now. Watch, it's going to be an amazing speedrun. Watch. Boom! There we go. And I'm kidding. It's so hot. This here's the inland town of Zil Padon. Let's all stay here today. Are we still far from Lean? To get to Lean, you'll have to cross the savannah to the south. Now, that's a real chore. Alright, sounds like we should stay here today. We should look for lounging. How about a place I've used before? Y'all see the big building right there? In the end of the street, it's a hotel. Let's look at the town first. I've heard you can get some really strange weapons here. Yeah. Also, I end up checking, when the Zil Desert, I end up putting it that the Zil Desert does lock up after certain events have happened in the game. I end up putting it, and it does. I thought it does not lock up because I had to go ahead and I wanted to play the game off of my PSP Go. Now, here's actually something that's pretty interesting about the PSP version. Not version, it doesn't really matter. If you download Grandia from the handheld, it plays a lot faster, and mind you, the disc speed is on normal, so the game loads faster. It just seems, it's not smoother, that doesn't really matter, but the PS3 PlayStation Network version of this game loads slower than the PSP version. Is it more so because of the fact that the game was optimized better off of the PSP? Because, funny enough, if you download Final Fantasy V off the PSP, you get, like, fantastic glitches up the ass, and it's like, why? It's like, don't bother. It's so stupid. I hate that. That's why I always wanted to play 5, but in all honesty, half the time you can't really play 5 off the PSP because of all the massive glitches. Sometimes the sprite glitches and all that other stuff. I really should be paying attention to what these guys are talking about, but you guys can read it. I'm actually going to start talking to the NPCs now because I actually noticed I don't do that at all when it comes to RPGs. I really should. Like, I noticed a lot of people who do like RPG LPs, they sometimes don't really talk to the NPCs, and usually the NPCs, I ended up stating before, like in a episode a while back, where I said that the NPCs never really have anything interesting to say, but half the time they kind of do have like some flavor text here and there, but I usually don't talk to them because usually it takes forever and it takes like half of the video. And I think you probably know the reason as to why. Let's see, what weapons you guys got? Wow, already. Extremely lethal. That we don't need. Lorenzo. Reduces defense of an enemy. That's also useless. I think that's probably called the legendary hammer. A huge hammer. Well, at least it's legit. Funny enough, Rap cannot equip this because it's not even it's not his proficient throwing weapon. Attribute fire. Effective against insects. I don't know. The weapons I normally don't really upgrade all that much because I'm more so using, I would like to think that this is more of a spell-oriented run than a weapon-oriented run, because I'm not going to lie to you, I'm barely using any of my weapons. I'm only using like weapons against bosses that once we end up dropping all their pieces down, we just keep wailing on them with physical attacks. It's pretty feathers. Thanks. I'm glad it has pretty feathers. Slow IP lost. Blocks killer moves during attacks. It doesn't even boost anything of anybody's. Sturdy. It drops something fierce for everybody, but it increases their defense. But what does it increase? Oh, it drops your. Ugh. It drops Justin's movement by half. It drops Fina, not that bad. It also drops Rap's movement like nothing else. And Melita, well, enough said. Alright, so we can well, you guys are both wearing swallow hats, so replace them. I don't mind trading. Trading is completely different from, you know, all the other stuff. So I don't mind the trading aspect. We'll trade that. Okay, and I think blizzard resistance. I'm not sure if a boss that we're going to be fighting is blizzard resistance. There you go. All right, good. Now the main trio all have 100. What about Melidia? Yeah, I don't work on permanent characters. I really don't. Like I said, I have my issues and not. Before, when I played this game the first time, I always worked on permanent characters. I don't do that anymore. I mean, non-permanent characters. I don't do that anymore. Because working on non-permanent characters just causes you to lose money a lot. You losing resources like nothing. Welcome. Are you rich? We have beauty products here. Without money, you have no business here. Do you have enough to buy these? Sheesh, what a way to speak to your customers. Yeah, I know, you dick. That's why you don't got anybody. Well, you probably do with all the aristocrats here. I love that word, aristocrat. I'm probably saying it incorrectly, but it just sounds weird. What a complete waste. This jug and that water pitcher can still be used. There's nothing not needed in this world, and these were made for a purpose. Just as they say, honor all life. People and things are alive, and yet they have escaped from death. Say, oh man, take a good look at these desert roses. They are the best I've ever seen. Not only can you eat these, but they are pleasing to the eyes. You probably never had such a product. These are 40 G's each. You won't regret paying a single G, believe me, and buy them. Can you make it a little cheaper? I'm doing business too at this price. These desert roses certainly appear to be good products. Yes, but the prices you have are always steep. I'd like you to give it a little. Yeah, you know what? You really can never even tell who the hell is speaking. Anyways, I guess we can just rest at the end. It is the Magi elder who manages the flow of water in the town. The Magi were the first people to come live in this town. Without quarreling, they gave space so other people could live here. I wonder if... I noticed that we are seeing a lot of Magis here. I wonder if Guido's living in this place. Probably is, probably isn't. Anyways, let's just head to the hotel. There's not really much to really explore in this place. Into the hotel so we can actually sleep and eat. I don't know, it's weird because I think you don't even spend money when you end up doing this. Sure, why not? We like a dining guide. What's a dining guide? Are you guys gonna give us the same food that we always been eating? Yeah, pretty much. This is certainly a big and beautiful city, but the people seem to lack unity. In Cafu, the people are united and try to protect their village. Yeah, now that you mention it, that may be true, but maybe they're just hot and irritable. I wonder if the people in this town know about Cafu turning to stone. If they knew, they shouldn't be so unmoved at this. Sure. Well, you look at this food, it's bright red. It's a little too spicy hot. This town is surrounded by deserts. It's different than your village. They can't get a hold of fresh food. The Magi get most of it from other places. If they didn't use spices, it would be dangerous. Oh, I see. So you were a well-informed person. What? You don't have to repeat that, he said Dan. No. So what do you think of the Zil Padon? Isn't it ridiculously huge? There are 3 people centered here. The Rafan, the Al-Qaeda, and the Magi. What a weird names of races, to be honest. But whatever. It's these are the recent Turning Stone episodes. I guess that makes sense. I wonder why the people in this town are so unmoved at this. The people in the forest of Cafu have turned to stone. Wow, Fina seems to be a lot more worried about the whole... Is either that or she's worried about the fact that Gaia is a thing. I mean, she's probably still thinking about that Gaia battler thing. Or just the Gaia thing in general. I think we're done. Yeah, we're done here. Let's fall asleep. There's nothing else for us to do here. Hopefully we don't get attacked by anything. That would suck. Alright, I think we're done here. Because there's nothing else for us to do. Oh, I should also mention, what have I leveled up? Aside from Justin only leveling up once, we did end up managing to learn some nifty spells. First off, let's check that. Not that. I did manage to level up a few of Justin's fire abilities, so there's that. Wind is now 14, water 16, and earth is 18. During that, combining both fire and wind, we learned Zap, which is a range attack that ends up having, it's not really a cone attack, it's really like a circular attack. It's kind of like a bigger version of Burn. Same goes for Boom, but Boom is a bit of a mini version of Burn. Meanwhile, we've learned Burn Flame, and I think we learned Crackling in the last episode. I'm not entirely sure. We didn't really learn any 3 spells except for Resurrect, which, good. And for Athena, she has learned practically almost of anything. Now that I think about it, she actually is going to learn her final move, which is an Electric Whip attack. Also, I finally figured out what those last moves at the bottom is. I can't say because that's spoilers. She had Dragon Zap from the get-go. We also learned All Healer. I think we probably already learned that in the last episode. And that's really it. Rap, on the other hand, he's a bit slugging behind only because, he just joined us. So he learned Fireball in the last episode, so that's good. So yeah, that's really about it. Alright, so let's actually get out of here because there's nothing to really do in this place. There is something I will warn you though. In a certain part of the game, there is going to be a point of no return. And what I mean by that, well, you guys already know what that means. But there is a kind of a little bit of a dick move where if you go to a particular dungeon, you're not going to be able to go back into town. So yeah, be forewarned for that and be sure to prepare yourself for that. Anyways, welcome to Savannah. It's been a while since we've actually gotten desert. The Savannah sports chickens, but that's not really the thing that they sport. Wow, I thought this was a meta egg. No, it's just a sport. It just sports a random scorpion that we've already fought already. But the very wonderful thing that this place has to offer is actually the final secret dungeon, the Tower of Temptation. Now, you guys are probably wondering, what is the Tower of Temptation? The Tower of Temptation is essentially a very long dungeon, and it sports the most powerful enemies in the entire game. Some of the enemies are resistant to magic, some of the enemies are resistant to physical. And I mean that they're heavily resistant to physical and magic. So you basically have to know who's weak to what, how to prepare yourself, keep your characters at full health, because the other problem is that you're going to be wasting resources like nothing else. And the game technically recommends you to have almost like decent healing items. It's actually almost similar to like the final boss, where once you end up fighting the final boss, you got to be sure to prepare yourself to heal the resources that you've already used already. I would say this. When I was looking back at my original save file, half of the team members, all the main quad team members, half of their elemental spells were so decent to a point that all of Justin's 1, 2, and 3 spell were all maxed. And so was his final ability. That was also maxed. So yeah, I pretty much, my final level for the final game, for the final area, was essentially just level 40. And the reason for that is more so because of what the Tower of Temptation does. No, it doesn't go and give you a massive experience boost. That would be kind of ridiculous and broken as hell. But I'm not sure if you can find the Tower of Temptation now. You probably can. But the problem with the Tower of Temptation is, the fact is God, there's a lot of flatbirds. But it's the fact that finding it is a bit finicky. Unlike, I'm assuming that the map the compass will probably also show me where it is. But finding it is a little bit odd. Like, you have to literally clip through a rock. And then you have to just traverse through the entire area just to skim through where it is. And it's kind of weird, like, for first-time players when they're trying to figure out where the hell to go. And, I don't blame people for not trying to figure it out. Melidia is not going to even attack any of them because she's too busy trying to run around like an idiot. Oh, Melidia, what am I not going to do with you? But yeah, So when you're trying to find finding the Tower of Temptation is pretty much the hard point of the entire game. It's kind of the reason as to why most people probably would never find it on their first playthroughs in the first place. Now, don't get me wrong. The Tower of Temptation is not bad. It's just that all the enemies there you don't have to kill. Like, you really don't. You can completely avoid half of the enemies and still have a decent time in the level. The Tower of Temptation is only unlocked. Well, it's probably unlocked now, but I don't recommend going there at your current level. Be like at least level 30-ish, or once you actually gotten your final party member, because at that point, you'll basically be like where Melidia's level is, 35. But if you go there now, and I'm pretty sure people will probably like this as a challenge run where they go to the Tower of Temptation now. Alright. You can kind of see where the Tower of Temptation here is by this compass pointing in this direction. Now, just because it's pointing in this direction doesn't really guarantee that you're gonna find it. Okay, see, here it is. Justin, lean is not in this direction. To go lean, you'll have to go more south. If y'all don't intend to go the long way, it's better to go back a little and proceed south. That's cool. So yeah, if we go all the way around here, well, East Savannah. So that means it must be in this location then, because we didn't really exit the area. We kind of just, what is this? These are powerful enemies. Because these are powerful enemies. I probably should just wait until we're actually a decent level to be finding the stupid dumb dungeon. Because the thing is, I don't know if monsters scale with you in terms of levels, and I don't really want to go ahead and end up risk. Well, no, these guys are 180. You guys are Dizzy Moths. They cause confusion, but they're nothing to scoff at. Well, actually, no, they are something to scoff at. What am I talking about? Goodbye. They're really something to scoff at. They're not even that bad. It could be so much worse, but no, they're not that bad. But yeah, lean is not in this direction, obviously. But if you do happen to go in this direction, you will probably be going into the secret dungeon. I want to say that the East Savannah is where the Tower of Temptation is. The reason why I don't really remember where most of the secret dungeons is because of the fact that, okay, yeah, there are two directions that the game is pointing me for right now. I guess coming here early is not that bad. I thought it would actually sport like enemies that will probably be much of an annoyance. Oh no, I wanted to use it. Justin. It was an all seed. That was a rare seed of all rare seeds. Cool. And it's like cool. Alright, now let me see. I kind of do want to be able to actually locate it. And then, unless, okay, all right, it's as I figured. We can't even get to it. Let me just kill these chickens. All right, so aside from these random things that kind of remind me of chocobos, we actually can't even get to the Tower of Temptation even if we wanted to, because, well, for one, this area is going to be... Oh, no, never mind. Okay. I thought we couldn't cross that. But no. Okay, never mind. I thought we couldn't cross it for a second. I was like, well, whatever. I guess we can't even go through it. Oh, no. Alright. Whoa. That now actually ends up explaining a lot as to why the game always takes forever to load the ending results screen for the most part. Alright, so we keep going straight... What's this herb? This is... What is this? 2 down action level on 1 enemy. Is that really... You know what? No, that's not useful. Throw that away. Alright. Can we even go over there? Or we probably can't. Because I noticed that the game is really pointing the compass in that general direction. But will the game make us go there is the thing. Probably not. But I'm just going to leave it alone, and I'm just going to cut back to the real direction I was supposed to go to. So, be right back, guys. Actually, you know what? Never mind. I think I just took the right direction for no reason. We actually made it to where we were supposed to go. Actually, did we? Nah, I don't think this is the right area. Lean lines over to Brian Mountain. Y'all used to warm places. Rap, this might be mighty intense. What? There's no such mountain that Rap can't cross. If y'all so tough, alright, well, let's go. Oh, okay, never mind. I guess this was the area we were supposed to go to. Okay. I managed to get to end the episode here, because that was weird. I thought we were going the wrong direction. I guess I don't know what a Tower of Temptation is. I will have to go ahead and look. It doesn't matter anyways. I'm going to have to look for a guide to even figure out where the hell this stupid area is in the first place. Anyways, guys, that is the end of this episode of Grandia. I will be seeing you guys next time, and I'm glad to actually be back. Catch you guys next time. Laters.